Actually, screw it. It's my stream. I'll rip it for you right now. Another? You want another? Another? It's like what someone spots, you know, a certain individual in a sundown town after the sun goes down. Is that another? Another? There goes another. That's for you, buddy. Thank you for that pen rip. Another one. Double Q. Ooh, and I made a strong drink. I just sipped it, and I'm buzzed. I just sipped it, and I'm buzzed. All right, but on that note, we're gonna get started. It's another Chill Sky stream. How's it going, everyone? Sky Command, aka Sky C, aka Sky, doing another A350 video. As you can see, we're already in the cockpit, ready to get boarding started, ready to do our walk around. If you guys don't know about this, I'm trying to be as study level as possible. Relatively, you know, like trying to learn more about this aircraft. I've fallen in love with the A350, so we've been reading the FCOM page by page, page by page, page by page. Got a little short flight chill for you today. We're going to, where are we going actually? We're going to Dublin, Ireland, to celebrate St. Paddy's Day. We're out of Paris, France. What I'm gonna do right now is, oh, we'll also have Say Intentions Premium as well. Thank you guys for the subs and all that stuff. All your subs are going towards that right now. So we do have ATC. I wasn't gonna fool around with VATSIM, but I want to be able to read the FCOM, and I want my assistant pilot to do a lot of the comms, and I just want to do a lot of the flying and a lot of the FCOMing, and this is sort of the balance that I need for today's stream. Like I said, we're out of Paris. We're heading to Dublin. Short flight, hour and 45 minutes. We'll get as much as we can in through the flight guidance. That's where we last left off. We were talking about basically the MCP, or the FCP, I should call it, right? The flight control panel, or whatever they call it. Flight control unit, flight control panel. It's really about this sucker right here. Not even the ephesus on the side. It's quite literally just like all about this. We'll get that going a little bit later. In the meantime, we're gonna slip into our realism hat, and we'll get some boarding started here. We'll request some boarding, and we're gonna get our flight started here. And we'll have our Air France safety video. Sweet. No, we won't attach the pushback tug now. One thing I want to do is I don't want this right now. Disable. Okay, there you go. All right, so we have gotten our boarding started. As you can see, we'll pop around the outside. We are Air France 662 nonstop service to Dublin. So we just commenced boarding. It looks like we've got our first passengers arriving inside right now. Got the door open. I've got the beacon and the engine lights on for our walk around, which we'll do as soon as we get our flight plan started. one thing I'm going to do is get our load sheet together. Sim brief import. We'll set fuel and 0 fuel weight. And we'll initiate our flight plan. I should actually look at the checklist and figure out when we actually need to do the walk around. Like when in the procedures do we do the walk around, you know? Insert that. We'll copy our wind request as well. And we'll insert that. We'll grab our ATC comm here. We'll update all. I've got my handy dandy notepad with France frequencies as well. I think ground is always like 9161. What is it? Let's see. Yeah, ground is 2161. All right, and then we have, let's see, AFR662. I just got to make some quick notes. And then this is information November. And I'm pretty sure departure frequency is going to be 1985, but I'll hold off on that. All right, so information Zulu, or excuse me, information November is current. It's winds 55 at 9, temperature is 4, dew point is -2, QNH 1024. So let me put my flight directors on and put 1024 on each side. And again, I have a physical panel here, so I can see it set 124 once here and set on this side. Okay, at this point we can get our departure. So we'll head over to ATC comm ourselves. And because we're connected to say intentions, we can request our clearance using CPDLC, PDG, GPT, WX, GP, this is GPK. We're at uniform 16. And I never know what to put for the D8 code, so I'm just going to put Lima Foxtrot, Papa Golf. All right, we'll transfer that to the mailbox. There it is in the mailbox. We will send. Says that it has been sent. Ronanita, welcome on board. And we'll wait for ATC to bless us with a message. You know, I'm sipping on that good too. Okay, ATC message says, we are processing. Stand by. Heard that. Got you on a shout out mic after I'm done sipping. Go follow the coolest black guy in the world. Wow, they're taking their sweet time with that departure clearance. There we go. So we got a message. We're cleared to Dublin via the A36K. Maintain 4,000. Departure 1985 and squawk 5343. All right. So we'll acknowledge the ATC message. Here's our departure clearance. We'll send that. I'll put 4,000 in the box just above there. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Shoot, here it is. Put 4,000 right there. Just like so. We'll head back into our flight plan mode here. So we're in our init. Our departure is 9 right. I just happen to be familiar with Paris because of my... It's the airport of the month. We were cleared the A36 Kilo. Hello, welcome on board. We'll insert that. And this checks out. We're actually going to get our arrival and our approach on the way because we have ATC. So our last waypoint is Albin, right? Yeah, Albin. And then on the way, we will get our arrival and our approach. We'll head back to init. Nav aids are automatic. Thank goodness. I don't know what to do with that page yet. We'll learn more. Fuel and loading here. Let's see what we got. So we got to consult this page. 161.5. I'm going to overestimate. 161.5. Okay. And our zero fuel weight CG is 25.98. Just going to call it 26. And our fuel on board is 13. Just going to call it 13. All right. How many passengers are we boarding today? 206. Not a full group today. Sweet. There is that. Fuel and load. That looks good. Takeoff performance. We'll need to swap to our EFB over here on the left side. We'll sync our FMS. Pull that information. We will sync the weather. Or excuse me, yeah, we'll sync the conditions. 6894-1024. Dry. Anti-ice is off. That's our takeoff weight. That takeoff weight doesn't look right. What did we put in there? It's like 160 something or other. Why does that not look right? What's up, Goobs? Just about to take off, man. Doing something completely other than ITL. You already know the vibes. You know what? I'm happy with that. All right. We'll compute that. Welcome to the Airbus A350, Goobs. You know the vibes. We'll send that to the FMS. We'll confirm these takeoff speeds. Looks like V1 speed is 140. V rotates 148. V2 is 152. And we're going to do a PAX off departure. And one thing I'm going to do is just, instead of auto derate, we're just going to take off. We're burning all the fuel today. Eco-friendly, my butt. Okay, flex temp 67 degrees. And we'll get our takeoff trim as soon as we're done loading. We're still getting our passengers loaded, which means I think it's a good time for us to do the walk around. We're doing the walk around. Actually, we're almost already boarded. We'll just do a quick one really quick. We'll do a, instead of in person, we'll just do the like actual external one, like the lazy way like this. All right. So we'll pop out. We pop out of there, right? We come down the stairs. Walk around, do the external walk around. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the static ports. Make sure that they are free and clear and clean. That was our ding for our boarding. Then you take a look at the wing lights. Make sure that they are on and illuminated, that they are actually illuminating the wing and that nothing is cracked over there. Then we'll move over to the crew oxygen static port as well as the green valve indicator. That needs to be green. Battery static port, make sure that that is free and clear. Make sure that the taxi light camera is not cracked. Make sure the avionics bay panel is closed and free and clear. We'll take a look at our static ports. We've got the standby pitot tube, standby static port, the multifunction port, and the ice detection port on the very bottom. Make sure that that is clear. And the safety tags have been removed. The radome, make sure that it is free and clear and that the avionics bay underneath is closed. Take a look at the windshield wipers. Oh, look at me in the window. Windshield wipers, make sure that they are up in the upright position. Make sure that the ice detectors are free and clear and don't have any schmutz on them. We'll come around to the other side quickly and just make sure that the two standby multifunction probes as well as the static port are free and clear. We'll come underneath the wing. Normally we'd, or underneath the leg here, and we'd make sure that the springs are under tension, that the safety pin has been removed. We don't have a safety pin attached yet. We'd make sure all the halogen lights are not broken. We'd come down and take a look at the wheel to make sure that there's not many grooves and that the chocks are actually holding the plane. Make sure that there's no dents on the side of the wheel, making sure that the... Oh, actually on the rear side, the brake wear indication pin is good. Normally we'd have a flashlight, but again, making sure the hydraulic lines don't have any leaks and that everything looks correct as far as you can see. There's a static port underneath the... Or I think that's a taxi camera underneath right there. We'll come to the right side. We'll make sure that, again, the taxi light is not cracked. Make sure that the battery static port is free and clear. That the bay, the forward cargo bay is closed. Make sure that the right side static ports or static valve outlets are free and clear. Making sure that the crew oxygen supply is green and free and clear. Come underneath briefly underneath the aircraft, making sure all our ground-based radar systems are free and clear, making sure our taxi camera is good to go. Our outlet, where is our outlet valve? Where is our outlet valve? There's an avionics bay outlet valve somewhere. Might be closer to the front. Oh, is this it? There it is. Yeah, there it is. Make sure that the outlet valve is good to go. Man, it's hard to see at night. Coming back to the side of the wing, we forgot to check the right engine, but it's okay. We'll finish it. Making sure our vents are free and clear. We'll check the leading edge of the wings, making sure that the lights are not cracked. We'll come over to the engine, making sure all 69 blades are not chipped. We'll come underneath the wing to make sure that it's not leaking any oil on this outlet thingy over here. Coming around, checking sure that the slats are lining up with the leading edge. Making sure that the beacon lights are on and operating, and the strobes. Static ports or static discharge thingies are attached to the wing. Coming to the rear of the wing, making sure that the ailerons are flush. Making sure these thingies are flush with the wing. Making sure there's no obvious damage to the wing structure. We'll come into the back of the engine really quick just to make sure that the oil cooler or the oil heat exchangers are not damaged. They are these things right here. You normally can't come into the engine like this, but I just really want to point out what they are and what I'm looking at. It's this thing right here. That is the oil heat exchanger for the right engine. So you're making sure that none of those are chipped or damaged or have anything obstructing it. And there's another set on, there's a set on each side. Sorry for the sensitivity. Or at least there, yeah, there we go. There should be a set on the other side. Coming back to the rear of the wing, making sure everything is good. We'll check the right leg to make sure that everything, the springs are under tension, the safety pins have been removed. We'll check the hydraulic lines to make sure that nothing is leaking. We'll check the brake wear indication pins to make sure that the brakes are not worn, and they're this little pin right here, that the chocks are holding the wheels and the aircraft. We'll come around to the outside of the wing, or outside of the wheels, to make sure that they're nice grooves, that the tires aren't worn. I know the tires aren't worn because they're fresh tires. Hashtag my WASM has been deleted. Coming to the front of the leg to make sure that the hydraulic lines are not leaking. They're a little dirty, but there's no leaks. And again, we want to make sure that that the safety pins have been removed and that the springs are under tension. And we want to make sure, lastly, that the gear hook is open right here. This little gear catch hook is open. Super important. Okay, we'll briefly come around to the rear of the wing. We want to make sure that the aft cargo door is closed. We want to make sure that the APU, the APU access unit is closed. I want to check the rear wing or the elevators to make sure that they are flush. Check the tail, make sure that there's no wear, make sure that the lights are on. Check the APU access bay as well as the APU port, make sure it's not leaking anything. And then you do the same thing on the left-hand side. You check the tail, you check the elevators, you check this side, you check the rear door, you check the access bays, and then you come to the back left of the wing. You check that. Again, checking, making sure everything is flush, making sure you're watching for the static ports or the static tubes as well. Make sure you check the leading edge, making sure that the beacon lights, excuse me, the strobe lights are beaconing. And then you check the same thing for the left engine, which is the oil heat exchangers, making sure that there's no oil leaking from the bottom of the engine, making sure all 69 fan blades are in good working shape and that there are no obvious defects, and to make sure that the lights are working. And that brings you back to the front of the aircraft, obviously skipping the left leg that I just obviously is working. And that is our walk around completed. We can jump back inside. So we're loaded. That means we can turn the seatbelts on, turn the no smoking on. Sorry, only the smoking in the cockpit. We'll get the APU started as well. And the APU bleed. Let's monitor. Wait for that to get started. Meanwhile, let me get my survey page going. We'll turn on the default settings, confirm. And then I like to put flight plan on the right-hand side. And I like to put perf on the left-hand side of the McDoodle. And while we are getting ready to get the APU started, we'll swap one more time. We'll close all the doors. And we'll arm the slides.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 6.
Just waiting for the APU gen here.
To Dublin. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 16 minutes. Please note the
Little
cabin
sippy
doors
sip,
now
little
closed.
smoke as
We ask
smoke.
that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full
Again, I do have ATC,
Cabin
so
crew,
I
prepare
will
doors for
switch to
departure,
ground
cross check,
on
verify straps, and stand by for all call.
2161. Swap that, turn that on, and turn it all the way up. Okay, it looks like
450 Alpha Bravo, hold short of taxiway Alpha, waiting for departing traffic.
looks like we do have
Short of taxiway Alpha, Airbus
APU
450
power, so
Alpha
I'll turn
Bravo.
off the external. We'll get rid of the chocks in the GPU here. Beacon is already on. All right, here we go. I do believe we are ready for pushback. I'm not using the checklists on board because, frankly, they're not very good. Arm the ground spoilers as well. All right. Who are we, 662? Paris ground, Air France 662, ready for pushback and start facing northeast.
Air France 662, de Gaulle ground, pushback and start approved, face southeast.
Pushback and start approved, face northeast, Air France 662. All right. We are boarded, so we can push back and get started. We don't need any de-icing.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed.
Yeah, it's not icing conditions. It's cold, but it's not that cold. Back at your apartment, you live on your own burrs. It's so cool. I love that. That's so cool. Oh, let me get rid of this. Happy St. Patty's. Thank you. See if we can get a good view here. It's decent.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pas incertain.
All right, sit back and relax and enjoy this chill flight.
Looking gear.
Here we go. Oh, good. It keeps the same view. Waiting for the menu to pop up and be like, hey, which side would you like? Raising the nose gear. How cool is that, huh? Man, I need Chase Cam from P42 to be in 2024, to be honest. We are a nose right, tail left situation.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes coming off.
Starting push. Due to icing condition, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
She's so purty.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo, hold short of taxiway Charlie, awaiting further instructions. Holding short of taxiway Charlie, Airbus 450.
Look at the
Alpha
wing
Bravo.
walkers. The wing walkers. All right, let's get to work here. Starting engine number 1. Damn, that's loud.
Set parking brakes.
All right, good start on 1. Let's start 2. Flaps 1.
Electronic devices in the overhead compartments. Accessories can be stored under the seat in front of you, except for the seats at emergency exits, of course.
Les issues de secours sont situées de chaque côté de la cabine. À l'avant, au centre, à l'arrière.
Emergency exits are located on each side of the cabin, at the front, in the center, and at the back.
En cas d'évacuation, laissez vos bagages à leur place, suivez les signaux et les marquages lumineux au sol jusqu'à l'issue la plus proche. Les membres de l'équipage portant un insigne rouge sont chargés de votre sécurité.
All right, 2 good starts. We can let them know that we've got a good start.
Your belongings behind.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Wearing a red badge are responsible for your safety.
L'emplacement de votre gilet de sauvetage est indiqué sur une étiquette de...
All right, I do have the noise canceling on.
Jacket is clearly marked by a sign in front of you.
Passez la tête dans l'encolure. Attachez et serrez les sangles.
Place it over your head and pull the straps tightly around your waist.
Go follow my guy Goobs, by the way.
Gonflez votre
Okay,
gilet
2 good
en
starts.
sur la
Flaps 1 is set. We're waiting for them to disconnect. I need hand signals on the left.
Outside the aircraft.
Auto brake has been engaged.
En cas de dépressurisation, un masque à oxygène tombera automatiquement devant vous.
If there is a sudden decrease in
The
cabin
truck is
pressure,
connected.
your oxygen
Bypass
mask will
power.
automatically drop down.
Thank you. There is the truck right there.
Left gear.
Airbus
Right
450 Alpha Bravo, continue taxi turn right at the next intersection. Hold short of runway 27.
Okay, I just need the signal on the left for some taxi
Right
lights.
at the next intersection, holding short of runway 27 Airbus 450.
There she is right there.
Make sure your own mask is well adjusted before helping other passengers.
Ce vol est non fumeur.
Sweet.
Non-smoking flight.
L'usage de la cigarette électronique n'est pas autorisé.
Taxi lights.
Entrez dans les toilettes.
Cigarettes.
We'll do a little takeoff config since we're waiting to get out of here. All green, no blue there.
Departure on 124.355. Squawk 657.
And this is now 29.1.
En mode avion pendant toute la durée du vol, mais vous pouvez utiliser Wi-Fi et Bluetooth.
All electronic devices.
Paris ground, Air France 662 ready to taxi with November.
The flight, but you can continue to use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Les prises de courant ne doivent pas être utilisées durant le roulage, le décollage, l'approche et l'atterrissage, ou sur demande de l'équipage.
The electrical sockets must not be used during taxi, takeoff, approach, and landing.
Air France 662. Taxi to runway 9 right via Alpha. Bravo. BD1 Delta 1.
Dégagement de chaleur, de chute ou de perte
All right,
de
taxi to 9 right via Alpha Bravo, Bravo Delta 1, Delta 1 Air France 662.
Should you notice smoke or heat,
All right, parking brake is off. I do need to check what tower is.
To call a crew member and not to
18655.
Vos appareils électroniques pendant leur chargement.
always keep an eye on electronic devices while they are
So I'll
charging.
put that in the. Oops. Yeah, 655.
Nous allons bientôt décoller. La tablette
Okay,
et le porte-gobelet
little bit of
doivent
thrust.
être rangés et votre dossier redressé.
Engine start switches normal. APU bleed. Master switch coming off.
Please make sure your tray
These are all on.
are stored and secure. Your leg rest retracted, and that your seat is in the upright position.
All right, let's go.
Nous vous invitons à consulter la notice de sécurité placée devant vous.
We invite everyone to read the safety
Parking brake
information
is set or checked. Excuse me.
back pocket.
Merci
Ugh.
pour votre attention.
Ugh,
Thank you for your attention.
I can't roll in.
France, tout l'équipage vous souhaite un excellent vol.
On behalf of everyone at Air France, we wish you a very pleasant flight.
All right, welcome on board Air France 662 nonstop service to Dublin. Should be a fairly beautiful flight, if I do say so myself. Cabin is ready for departure. And we're gonna take Alpha to Bravo. This is Bravo all the way down to BD10, which is all the way down to Delta, or excuse me, turn on BD10 and then Delta 1. And we'll get on out of here. Another beautiful nighttime flight, another beautiful nighttime landing, baby. We're not afraid. We're not afraid.
Alpha Bravo, hold short of taxiway Alpha, waiting for departing traffic.
She's beautiful.
Taxiway Alpha, Airbus 450,
Whoa.
Alpha Bravo.
Why are we in such a rush? We're already doing 27 knots. My word. Slow her down. Slow her down, baby. Slow her down. I love it when we cross like bridges like this. This is so cool. Let's get over back to our center line here. Okay, departure is still 1985. I'm gonna switch over to tower early. And put 1985 in the box on standby. Here we go, speed demon again, like we're Southwest. Let's slow her down. Gotta taxi a little gracefully. We're all green, no blue, ready to go. Let's go over the departure briefing, please.
Sure thing, Sky. We'll be departing from runway 9er right. We'll be flying the A36 kilo departure with an initial climb altitude clearance to 4,000 feet. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile with a left turn to heading 270, intercepting the ATREX fix, climb altituding to FL240. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climb altituding to 3,000 feet before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We have been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 5343, and departure frequency will be 119.85. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb altitude out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Forgot the squawk code. I forgot the squawk. I forgot the squawk code because I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur. And I'm also not using checklists. Please. Uh, 5343.
Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2, Cleared for takeoff, runway 32.
Cleared
All right.
takeoff, runway 32, Bonanza 64, Foxtrot Alpha 2.
All right, we're squawking. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving. It's my first flight, guys. I'm nervous. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge. I'm nervous. Okay, we've got tower on the horn. I don't see any traffic because it's quite literally midnight and Paris time. There's BD1 right here and Delta 1 just ahead as per that signage. We're done with this. Hold on. Just noticed something. Okay. 1024. There we go. Oh, that was my fault. I see. Okay. I just had the wrong setting. All right, let's go. Sorry about that. I was like, why isn't my map thing working? I thought it was my my thingy. Ooh, but speaking of which, I did remember to turn the fucking packs off this time. Paris ground, Air France 662, holding short of 9 and right, ready to go.
Air France 662 Heavy, De Gaulle Tower, runway 09 right, wind 060 at 9, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared takeoff, Air France 662. All right. Let's boogie. Give me some wing lights. Oh, they're all on. Interesting. Start the Chronos on the left side, or the right side.
09.
Start the Chronos
right.
on the right side. All right, we'll spin them up here. This is us.
On runway 09.
All right, flex
right.
temp, please. All right, manual flex, plus 67 in the blue, SRS on runway in the green. Here we go. We're on company time now. 80 knots, cross-checked. 100, 120.
V1.
V1 checked. Rotate.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 30, wind calm.
Positive rate of climb. Gears coming up. Auto brake off. Spoilers. Plus 40 feet. AP1 engaged. Open climb to 4,000. Climb thrust selected.
Contact departure on 119.85.
Over to departure, Air France 662. Thank you so much for your help. So long. Paris departure, Air France 662, 2,000 for 4,000. Flaps up. Do I have 118 in there?
Air France 662 Heavy, De Gaulle departure identified, cleared direct PG-0901, climb flight level 200.
Climb flight level 200, Air France 662. Okay. Flight level 200 set.
Air France 662, climb flight level 200.
We're climbing to flight level 200 as instructed.
Climb flight level 200, Air France 662.
De Gaulle departure, Air France 662, climbing up to flight level 200.
Oh. You have communications. I'll just give it to her.
Sky, I am here to handle the comms whenever you need me to. Just let me know if you want me to take over.
You can handle communications. Packs 1 and 2 are back on. Transition.
Got it, Sky. I'll take over the comms from here.
Nice. Beautiful departure out. We do have noise canceling on for the vibes. I wish you could limit it to the cockpit. That'd be cool. All right, but we're departing out. Let's stay locked in here. 2,000 to go for lights.
Air France 662. Contact Paris Control on 120.955.
She should have communications.
Switching to Paris Control on 120.955. Air France 662.
Again, we're Air France 662, nonstop service in Paris to Dublin. Should be a short flight, about an hour and 45 minutes. 500 go for lights.
Paris Control,
And
Air
that's
France
lights.
662. Evening, climbing past flight level 090.
Air France 662, Paris Control, identified, salutations.
Now turn on your larger portable electronic devices.
Okay, there's the speed up.
The Mooney 10 Bravo, Mike cleared to climb 10,000, resume own navigation.
Onboard Wi-Fi.
Climbing to 10,000, resuming own navigation. Mooney 10 Bravo, Mike.
We do offer complimentary
40 November 2, Victor Bravo.
Okay, gonna kill airport MDB as well.
American
Oops.
6,000 feet and holding.
American 2319er, Paris Control identified.
Air France 662, Paris Control, climb flight level 290.
290 for us.
Climbing flight level 290. Air France 662.
And that's set. Flight level 290 is set.
Flight level 290 means we're climb altituding to 290,000.
I think my microphone, when I use my microphone, it's not as good as my game set headphone. I think it's because I have a cloud limiter. And it's just sending a super boosted signal to my stream PC. So I have to use my gaming headset and it works like a dream. But you guys are hearing that auditory goodness, let me tell you. That auditory goodness. Okay, once we get to our cruise altitude of flight level 400, we will start our in-lesson service. But so far, it's been a beautiful departure out of France. We did quite literally a 180. There's the airport. I'm not sure if you guys can make that out, but right there on the ground. Right there, that is where we departed. Just, if you can count the runways, it's the third runway from the bottom of your screen to the top, right? So there's 4 runways. We did depart 9 right. And there we go, on our way up and out on this fine night. Lights are off. Paris nights looking vibey. I kind of like Paris or France at night. Like the geography in Europe at night is very interesting. I'm not sure if it's the mods, all the mods that I've got, but like the night lighting all of a sudden is very, very intriguing. Didn't that look cool, man? Doesn't that look cool? But honestly, all I'm thinking about is ITL. I'm taking, oh, Goobs, are you going to judge me? I think I'm fully sock gang, man. I've fully converted. Dude, I did 2 13s back-to-back for the first time in my career yesterday in socks. 2 13s back-to-back for the first time in my career in socks. I've got the...
Air France 662, climb flight level 370.
Okay, 370 set.
Climbing flight level 370. Air France 662.
Hits diff, man. I'm telling you. I was using the demo shoe for a while, and I think if I'm going to do some FA, if I'm doing lowers, shoes still feel a lot better. I'm not going to lie, currently. But if I'm doing uppers, socks are the way, man. 13s back-to-back was ridiculous. I've never done that. But I got, I did Godstain and then Hexer back-to-back. Or Godstain. The chart is a stain. Godslain. Godslain and Hexer back to back, and I was like, "Cool, I'm lit. I'm about this. Socks forever now." I know. Yes, literally. God Slain and then hit Hexer. I only got 4K, which means I only got the clear. Only got the clear points. You know what I mean? I literally only got the clear points. F's and chaff here, boy. All right, we're proceeding up through flight level 240 up to 370. Our cruise is 340. Where's the pad? It's actually in the cabin, bro. First class cabin. Here, let me bless you. Let's see where. I think it's in the first class cabin somewhere. Here, let's go take a walk. Clear points better than no points? It just hurts. It hurts to rip something like Godslaying and only get 4K points. What's up, Zan? I got you on a shout out. Welcome on board. This looks like broke business class. I do like the nighttime lighting though in the cabin. It's pretty sick. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh, I made a wrong turn. That's why. Right? Hold on. I'm so confused. Hold on. Where is this? What am I in? Oh, I'm in the bathroom. That's so funny.
Air France 662, climb flight level 400.
Climbing flight level 400.
400 cruise is set. You played Godslaying today when you were dead already, 3 hours in, and what'd you get? Only a 98 EX because you were tired, Zan? Only a 98 EX because you were spent 3 hours? You God, I can't like a 94 or something. Hold on. How do I ban people? How do I ban people for being better than me? How do I ban people? How do I ban players that are better than me? Like, I need like a bot that just compares ITL scores, and if you're better, you just don't get to view my channel. It's only worse players. But trust me, I'm only thinking about ITL right now, guys. I'm only thinking about ITL. Oh, worse than that? 93 EX. Oh my goodness. I think I got a 90 on that. The 90. I think I got a 90 EX on C. Have a good set, Goob. Hope the fucking set, bro.
Clear direct to Bravo, Romeo, India, Alaska.
8907 EX. Oh, I think you got me cooked.
Juliet Alpha Charlie Kilo.
I got 86 something EX.
Good evening.
It's real bad. Not bad for 86. I think a goal on that would be 90. That's reasonable for me. On that shitty chart. But that means I can pass all the base 12s. If I can do Godslaying, then I can somehow get through all the base 12s. And that's my goal, man. Oh, and then hitting a 14. You'll try Godslaying for me? Do it, man. Rip it, Goob. Rip it, man. It's so bad. On Edgar, I don't know what that is. What is that? What difficulty is that? What difficulty is Edgar? Ew. I'm not into mods or FX. No. That's not for me. Jenny, welcome on board. Oh my goodness. I'm just talking dance game shit too while I'm flying planes because that's all I can think about is ITL. Dude, there's no need, man. Timing is hard enough. Timing is hard enough. And honestly, one of the reasons... How's it going this season? Great. I'm playing way above my expectations already, Jenny. I cleared 2 13s back-to-back for the first time ever in my career. Ever in the history of my DDR. Clearing 2 13s back-to-back. And then I ripped a 12 after that, and then I cooled down with an 11. So I know that doesn't make sense to you, Jenny, but like I'm playing out of my fucking mind. Last year, all of those numbers would be at least 1 or 2 lower, for sure. like, oh my God, I cleared 2 12s back to back. And then I did an 11, and then I cooled down with a 10. So yeah, I'm performing much better than I thought. I think I can actually attain my goals. In fact, this weekend, I'm probably going to try and clear my first 14. And if I clear my first 14, it's essentially like the hardest parts of my goals are like done in the first 2 weeks of ITL, which is like way, and everything just should be ostensibly easier. Like my goal this year was to not get scared. I scared myself last year. Like I just couldn't. I was frustrated. No, seriously, you said it, man. Like dead ass. I had massive performance anxiety, especially in the uppers. So I was like, this year I'm just gonna start at the hardest part of my goals, and just like knock those out. Like don't let those hanging over me. 63 charts, bro. Oh my God, you're insane. And people like Zan, people like Goob are pushing it right now. They're sending it. So I'm doing my hard goals, and then I think if I clear the 14, if I clear my first 14 this weekend, then I'm gonna chill and like reward myself with just like enjoying ITL the content, like playing all the lowers, play through the 8s and the 9s, and like just chill. Maybe I'll play a couple of 10s and fill out my pyramid tree. Oh, speaking of which, Zan, Goob, I need advice. What's the strat? Do I need to like fill out my pyramid tree pretty much right away to maximize my RP? Or can you kind of just do what you want and just vibe? Like, is there no pun? Like, what's the strat? I don't know what the cheese is. What's the point? If anyone can advise on that. Eldez! You play the pack mostly sequentially to get through the slog of lores that you don't want to do. Fair. Strats question mark. That's what I mean. I don't know how the pyramid tree relates to any of our point systems, you know? Like, yeah, I don't know how the EX pyramid affects RP. That's my main concern, is how it affects RP. I really don't care about SP. I just care about RP. Push for quints once you get one, F the rest. Yeah, I got a quint, a 7, and an 8. But is there a benefit to filling out the slot versus like doing what I've been doing, which is like my personal goals? I've just been attacking my personal goals of like clearing 5 13s, which I did 2 in a single session. So I've got 3 more to go. Anubis! How was the dancing? I forgot what it's called. We're talking about it right now. ITG ITL. It's 3 months long, Anubis, so you're going to be hearing about this during all flights. 1,000 to go for a cruise. Getting something in the slot is going to give you the RP. Okay. Goob, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, the EX pyramid definitely affects your RP, and so that's what I thought. I thought the EX pyramid definitely affects your points gain. I mean, the truth is, I'm going to play through the pack anyways, you know what I mean? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I can quickly... We've got 1,000 to go. But yeah, I'm also not godlike, you know? So like, okay, let's call it like 18 to 20 K peak EX for me. That would be insane. If I had anywhere near 18 to 20. I'll be curious on how that affects RP. Okay, there we go. Here is cruise. We're gonna speed up. Oh damn, 217 nautical miles to the top of descent already. I love this. Let's go. We're already auto there. We're gonna go off on the seatbelts and we'll bang the pursers here. All right, you guys know what that means. It's time to study. Zan, Goob, would you guys be down if I like did more like, I don't have a setup at home, but I want to stream ITG so bad. Would you guys be down for like analytics like this, like an analytics stream where we like pull up the EX pyramid and like look at other people and like look at tape like I've been doing? Would that be chill, or is that like not cool for our community? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Maybe I should just only stream when I'm actively playing. I appreciate that, Goob. Aim for 95 in 98.5 EX in every single salute. I like it. Jenny, I wish I could stream at my setup. Oh my god. My hours of streaming on Twitch would shoot up immensely. I'm like in the back and in the cement. Like it's just no service. Otherwise I would. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could get 3 quints, you know? I got 3 EX trying to tune the cab. You know what I mean? Like, or 3 EX, 3 whites trying to tune the cab. All right, anyways. More on that later. Zan, I love you so much. Goobs, y'all chill out. Let's learn about some flight guidance. This is where we learn about the A350 that we're in, even though ITL season's now. And I just read this at you. Now, honestly, we've already read this, so I can recap. Again, we were just in the auto throttle and the autopilot and the flight director modes, right? You can even see the status that we're in right now, right? Like, it's Mach managed, we're in cruise, and we're using the auto nav, right? We're heading to some distance, and our top of descent is 196, 95 nautical miles away, so we're not even going to get that far. And these are just the different managed modes or the selected modes that you can engage on the, here, I'll show you. Get a good view here, there we go. Since we're talking about this. Exactly. So all of it is just about this right here. Yay. There's nav, which we've got right here. And on the vertical, we've got alt cruise, star alt cruise. You can see that right there. And then for the, where's the speed? Did I skip it? There should be a Mach. Where's it at? Mach. Huh. I'm missing it. Oh, there we go. Selected modes, speed or Mach. There's some interactions between the autopilot and flight director and auto throttle. The autopilot and flight director vertical mode determines the associated auto throttle mode. When the autopilot vertical mode controls the speed or Mach target, the auto throttle mode controls the thrust. Obvious. When an autopilot flight director vertical mode controls the vertical trajectory, the auto throttle mode controls the speed or Mach target. Note, during rollout or during flare with the AP on, the auto throttle mode controls the thrust and idle. Interesting. If no AP flight director mode is engaged, when the auto throttle engages at speed or Mach mode in order to control a speed or Mach target. Again, there's just a list here of different ones. SRS, op climb, op descent, emergency descent, and descent and idle path. We've seen a lot of these. You know, VSFPA, alt star, altitude constraint star, altitude constraint, alt cruise star, alt cruise, descent, glide slope star, glide slope. FGS, I'm curious on what FGS is. I want to know what that one is. FGS star, and then approach, descent, TCAS, land, flare, and flare. Speed, Mach, of course. Speed and Mach. As you can see, we're cruised at flight level 400. And which you probably can't see, is we were following vertical and lateral guidance here on the left-hand side. So we're just making a deep left turn. This is how pilots are able to they don't need to look outside. And honestly, I could probably fly the entire flight like this, all the way down to the ground. Could probably fly all the way down to the ground using just these systems. And autopilot, obviously. If autopilot's engaged, it's easy. Easy. Manually, I mean, you need some pilotage, let me tell you. You know, like, you need some pilotage, and that's why those pilots train and have 4,000 hours, because they probably can do it. By hand, looking at just this with the foggles on, you know what I mean? Just looking down like this. Just kind of make sure we're still hearing ATC, because we do have active ATC as well.
London Control, Air France 662, evening maintaining flight level 400.
Yep, that's us. We're 662.
662, London Control, identified. Good evening.
Honestly, this view might be the vibe. All right, there are 3 prims. Each prim can operate. How's the 350? I love it. I love her, man. The 350 is my bird. I've been putting overnights. Man, this bird is beautiful. I love her. Depends on if they still have that buggy 737 MAX 9 fly-by-wire software. Oh, don't you be putting that spices? Don't you be putting that spiciness in my chap, Zan. But no, I've been enjoying it. But the truth is, people have been very frustrated by this plane for one reason or another. I'm playing it in Flight Sim 2024. I've got 8K liveries. Like, I'm pushing it. I've got like a bunch of mods. I've got peripheries. I'm using head tracking, and it's great. She is beautiful. But yeah, this is my bird. I love this. This bird was meant for me. So I'm gonna be learning about every single system. When I flew a Cessna 152 out of those years back, the instructor took the controls and flew us through some clouds. Couldn't see a thing, and we didn't have a VRR tune. He was quite scared. Dude, no shit. Dude, like, with the foggles or IFR for real, you have to trust your systems. You have to trust what you're looking at on the screen, because that's the only reference you have to anything. Luckily, your cockpit scan is not that deep. It's just left to right and back, left to right to left, left to right to left. We're doing Mach 8.5. We're level at 400 star on altimeter. We're on our way to Habji and back. It's actually Doll's Beep, Sleaze. So funny that you said that. We're Doll's Beep, actually, because I released an ITG pack called Doll's Beep. Oh, Goob, go peep my pack, Goob, if you're still watching. Go download Doll's Beep and play it. There's some bangers. There was a couple charts in that I was hoping that would make it, but didn't. I released a pack for the community called Doll's Beep. I'm not even kidding. It's called Doll's Beep.
Air France 662, London Control. Expect the AB4 Lima arrival. Expect to descend in about 20 minutes. Just say the word if you'd like to start down earlier.
Okay.
Expect the Abley 4 Lima arrival. We'll let you know if we need to start down earlier. Air France 662.
ILS. Figure out the star in a second. Shit, what was it? I gotta see. Abley 4 Lima. Huh. Let's see. I gotta figure out which airport Abley. I don't have that arrival at all. Abley. So now we got to figure out. Well, we just got an interesting arrival. Abley. Okay. Just gonna add it to my route just to see Abley for what type of arrival. What does that set you up for? I literally don't have that arrival. Chad, I'm so confused. What happens if I don't have that arrival? Let's see what I have. Can we do a bags through Romeo? Let me see. How about I just request a different... Yeah, that's what I'm like. Maybe I'll just change to a different one. That's fucking weird.
Mooney 10 Bravo Mike cleared to climb 10,000 resume own navigation.
Let's see.
Climbing to 10,000 resuming own navigation. Mooney 10 Bravo Mike.
Who is it? Is it Dublin that we're talking to? No, I've got a Navigraph. I just don't have it in my system. Look right here. Like... If I go to my runway... 10 left. Let's just do ILS. No, let's just do 10 left. Not even ILS. It's so weird. So Sky Command, or I mean Kithy. Kithy, let's kith! Oh my goodness. With the smack? Please do that in real life. I'm just kidding. Let's do... Let's see. Can we do the bagger? Let's do bagger 3, I guess. No, we would need to do Lipgo 3 Romeo. Yeah, or... No. I mean, they've got the right idea. That's the one we want to shoot. Just looking at my map here, we might need to go... God. None of these... That's the one I need. The Ablin is the one that I need. Maybe it's called something else? It is. The Neural, the NIF one, right. Hold on, let me just take a look at this really quick. Oh shit, I need dome lights. Gotta work this out before I screw myself. Well, so much for reading. We gotta figure... Interessant. Interessant. Just, you know. All right, maybe we go, oops, 10 left. Can we choose a star?
Delta 401, cleared direct to Delta Alpha November VOR. Cleared direct to Delta Alpha November VOR, Delta 401.
Speedbird 0012, London control identified. Good afternoon.
Okay, fuck it. We're just gonna do this one. I think they just call it something else. Okay. And then let's see. Oops, sorry chat. Control, Air France 662 requests the Bravo Uniform November Echo 3 Romeo arrival into Dublin.
Air France 662, expect the Boone 3 Romeo arrival into Dublin.
Sweet.
Expect the Boone 3 Romeo arrival into Dublin. Air France 662.
Okay. Guess that sort of makes sense. We'll see what sort of approach we'll get. I have no idea because we're using AI ATC. But anywho, we got time. We figured ourselves out. Okay, the architecture. Each prim can operate one or both APs or flight directors and or auto throttles. To determine which prim will operate the engaged AP, FD, and auto throttles, each prim computes its operational capability, taking into account the minimum flight guidance capability and automatic flight guidance capability. The master prim is the prim that has the best operational capacity. The slave 1 prim has the second best operational capacity, and the slave 2 has the third best. The master prim has the ability to operate the AP flight director's auto throttle. If the master prim loses the best operational capability, the engaged AP, FD, and auto throttles do not disconnect. They are transferred to the slave 1 PRM, and the slave 1 becomes the master, and then the other prims become the slave 1 and slave 2. In the following example, all of the prims initially have the same capability. AP2 is engaged, flight directors are engaged, auto throttle is armed or active, and prim 1 fails. So there's that graphic. So if prim 1 fails, then slave 1 becomes the master, and then slave 2 becomes slave 1. And then, isn't it like... Oh no, that's just what happens. Okay, cool. The flight director. The flight director displays guidance orders on the primary flight displays. If no AP is engaged, the flight crew can manually fly the aircraft by following flight director orders. If at least one AP is engaged, the flight crew can use the flight director to monitor the flight guidance. There are 2 FDs, referred to FD1 and FD2. In normal operation, flight FD guidance orders appear in the following. FD1 guidance orders appear on the captain's PFD, and FD2 guidance orders appear on the first officer's side. Like thusly. And again, the first prim controls both FDs, and then there's the prims on standbys for FD1 and FD2 should the first prim fail. That makes sense. If you press FD, then the primary prim controls both flight directors on 1 and 2. The pitch, roll, and yaw bars respectively indicate the pitch, roll, and yaw FD guidance orders. Note, independently of the flight director, the flight path vector, the vector velocity, can be displayed on the PFDs. The flight path vector velocity vector does not indicate guidance orders. The flight crew must not use the flight path vector velocity as guidance orders. Wait, what? Don't use the... I'm so confused. Mauricio, thank you for the YouTube follow. Hello. Welcome on board, y'all. You're serving garlic bread? Oh, you would. You would. You would. You would. You would. All right, we're changing this though. Oh, not that. Changing this to the Boone 3 Romeo. Change to that. And I just still have no clue what, or maybe I can make it work. Let's see. Can we still do 10 left? No, we got to change the runway. We got to change the runway. We can't hit 10 left using the Boone. It's probably going to be 2.8. I don't know. We'll see. I just wonder why I didn't have that arrival. Interesting. Why I didn't have that arrival in my plane. Is the A350, have we reached is there a bug in the A350? Do I need to check the nav data? Anywho, the flight crew must not use the flight path vector as guidance orders. However, the flight path vector provides an indication of the aircraft trajectory with respect to the ground reference. Right roll commanded. Right rudder or steering commanded. Okay. When the flight directors are engaged, the PFDs can display the roll, pitch, and yaw bars. Yeah, okay. It's a flight director. But what is the... Well, what I want to know is what are guidance orders? When the flight directors are engaged, the display conditions of the guidance orders are for lateral guidance orders, the yaw bar is displayed during takeoff or landing roll. Otherwise, the roll bar is displayed when a lateral mode is engaged. And then for vertical guidance orders, the pitch bar is displayed after liftoff when the tail strike pitch limit disappears and when a vertical mode is engaged. FDs are not engaged. If the FDs are not engaged, the FD bars do not appear on the FDs. Very simple. FD engagement, FD and FD2 are engaged at the same time. Engagement conditions. Both FD1 and FD2 manually engage when the flight crew presses the FD push button on the AFC CP. If no AP was previously engaged, then heading, track, or VS or FPA engaged. The FD bars flash for 10 seconds. Automatic engagement on the ground. On the ground, the flight directors automatically engage on aircraft power-up when the ARs and ADRs are aligned. Automatic engagement in flight. If not already engaged, FD1 and FD2 automatically engage if the flight crew engages in a go-around, or if the ADFP TCAS mode engages upon resolution advisory, or the emergency descent mode engages. Engagement enunciation. When the FD is engaged, the FD push button on the AFS-CP control panel comes on. One FD2 appears on both FMAs, which we can see that here. To show you. Oops. Don't need to look at your butt. Here it is. One FD2. So basically, we're just learning about this in relation to this today. Super easy. I love easy chapters like that. Yeah, there it is. There's the picture. The meaning FD1, FD and FD are engaged, but the FD bars are not displayed on FD2. Then FD2, FD1, and FD are engaged, but the displays are not displayed on FD1. So there's a minus sign that correlates. FD1 and FD2 disengage at the same time, obviously. The flight crew can manually press the flight director button to disengage the flight directors. Wait, you fry your garlic slice? This is the pre-sliced buttered garlic slices. You fry them on the stove and make grilled garlic cheese and spicy chicken sandwich. Wait, why have I not thought to make a grilled cheese with garlic bread? How have I not had that fat back appetite right away? Oh, I gotta do that. Oh, my fat back. The AP flight director automatically disengages when one of the following occurs. In the case of an engine all engine flame out, the AP FD disconnects when the rad extends if the vertical mode is not in op descent. Nevertheless, the AP1 remains available and the flight crew can engage in the AP FD again. In approach, the lock signal is disturbed, for example, lock beam masking. Nevertheless, the disturbance may be temporary and the flight crew can engage AP FD again. That sounds fire. Both FDs can disengage when no AP is engaged if the aircraft is either the aircraft speed is 2 knots below the VLS in descent or op descent. If auto throttle is engaged and the auto throttle mode reverts to speed or Mach, and increase the thrust to recover the target speed, a triple click indicator audio indicator sounds. Or if the aircraft speed is 4 knots above Vmax in climb or op climb, associated with the overspeed alert. And if the auto throttle is engaged with the auto throttle mode reverts to speed or Mach and reduces the thrust to recover the speed target. A triple click audio indicator sounds. And then the annunciator here, again, if it disengages, it'll let you know. Ooh, the roll bar flashes? Interesting. The pitch and or roll bars flash for 10 seconds on both PFDs if an automatic mode reversion to heading or VS or track or FPA occurs. The roll pitch bar will flash. A triple click audio indicator will sound. If all AP and flight directors are previously off, the flight crew engages the flight directors. Heading, VS, or track FPA engage, both pitch and roll bars will flash. The pitch or roll bars are flashed at FD1 or 2 if failures occurs on approach. The roll bar flashes if lock star, lock BC star, F lock star, lock BC, F lock land or flare is engaged, and the MMR1 or 2 is not able to compute the associated lateral deviation. The pitch bar flashes if glide slope star, F glide slope star, glide slope FGS land or flare is in.
AB4 Lima arrival into Dublin. When you're ready, descend flight level 280.
Cleared Ably 4 Lima arrival into Dublin. Descend flight level 280 when ready. Air France 662.
Okay, there's our descent. Seatbelts. What did she say? Descend what? They just gave us the able arrival. I don't have that one. Let me check my nav data. Let me make sure my nav data is current. Are we operating on the same nav data? I could see it highlighted. It's definitely Navigraph. I just don't have that one. That's so weird. What would it be called? Let's see. Just gonna look at the plan. Looks like that one. A Bagzer or something. Just landed in Vancouver. What was the VS? Give me the deets.
Airframe 662, descend flight level 230. Descending to flight level 230, Air France 662.
Now you have garlic dragon breath mood. All right, we'll see if that works. I have questions. Okay, so we're in op descend. It's going to be a very interesting being guided by ATC, AI ATC, with an arrival that we don't have on our book. Get your predictions in, and it's at night. We shall see. We're already on descent. We could barely get through.
662, descend flight level 190. Descending flight level 190, Air France 662.
We already got to lock in. Has it already been an hour and 45 minutes already? What a short flight. We'll probably we'll read this. We'll finish this chapter on the ground. Screw it. Since we're already descending, let's lock in. We're going to go into plan here. And let us get our... Let's get our maps. We need to activate our BTV. So we're landing here. Looks like we can land here dry. Well, I like to land a little long for the butter, so I'll go for the wet line. And I will set N3 is our BTV exit. We'll arm BTV here. BTV is armed, and we'll go back into ARC. Okay, they are giving us a descent. Wait, maybe I can manually put it in. God, I should have thought of that. But I don't even have it. What? Oh, they do. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Can I do it? Oh. What? Nope, not enough time. This is going to be very ghetto. Not enough time. All right. Winds are 100 at 8. Outside temperature is 5 QNH 1026. Our minimums for the ILS today is 485 feet. Okay, we can clear that. We're still on the descent. Alright, do we have enough time? We're heading to Albin from here. Can I insert next waypoint? Let's see. Oh, I'll do it here actually. Hold on. Ego perf. So, insert next waypoint. Urkham. Okay. Lipko. Let's see. Peacock.
Frontier 210, descend and maintain flight level 220. Descending to flight level 220, Frontier 210.
Sugad. Okay. We'll just insert this for now. And let's go down. Delete. 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 I am. Alright, Sugad, after this, insert next waypoint. Okay. Please. We need... Peacock is at 7,000. Okay, there we go. Just entering it manually here. 704. EW 705. EW 706. Insert. Okay, there's the discount. I know, bro. I had to manually enter it in. Look at that. I had to manually enter in my arrival. Okay, we're good. We've got some speeds here. Let me... Gonna be at 220 pretty much at Sugad.
There is 446 Sierra Papa. Remain outside Bravo airspace contact approach on 123.45. Remaining outside
There we go.
Bravo, switching to 123.45, sir. It's 446
Sweet.
Sierra Papa.
Lipgo, we have a speed of 240. Yep, and then everything else is good there. Holy crap. Did we do it? I think we did it. Now we just need, if we get a different ILS, we're fucked. If we get a different approach, we are so screwed. All right, let me pop some speed brakes here. We're 1,000 above our glide. We can kill our dome light now that we got that figured out. We'll just quickly check our altimeters. 1026. So we'll put that in the standby. 1026 set once. Sorry, is set twice, and we'll set it on the standby. Got a little bit of speed brakes out. Please give us ILS 10 left, please God. Please God. That's what I'm hoping for right now. That's what I'm hoping for. But it looks like we got everything in. Looks like we should be going through the arrival. Luckily, the waypoints aren't in the database. Otherwise, we'd have been screwed. My sim is frozen. My sim has frozen. Oh, I hit active pause somehow? By mistake? No, I'm using a AI ATC, Say Intentions Premium.
Virgin 185, descend and maintain 10,000 altimeter 29.902. Descending to 10,000 altimeter 29.902, Virgin 185.
Get your predictions in, by the way. Roger Dodger. Okay, there we go. We're back on our profile. 145? Oh, I love you, man. I'm aiming for anything less than 200. And I guess I gotta say anything less than 175 now because of my landing rate, but anything less than 200, nice. Anything less than 200 we'll take. Maybe we can be intelligent. Let's see if we can be smart about this. So we had ATIS just now, right? Where are they landing? 28 right, 28 left, and 34. Should we load that up? I think I'm gonna load that up. We'll do 28 right. LS 2 right. Let's change. I guess awesome tower. Control Air France 662. Do you know what approaches they are landing for Dublin?
Air France 662, cleared direct pizza.
Cleared direct pizza. Air France 662.
Okay.
Air France 662, runway 28 right, 28 left, and 34 are active for arrivals at Dublin.
Okay.
Expect ILS or RNAV approaches.
Okay. Via pizza. Insert.
Auto brake off.
Clear direct pizza.
Air France 662, contact London Control on 129.38.
Switching to London Control on 129.38. Air France 662.
$3,000.
London Control, Air France 662. Good evening, maintaining flight level 190.
Nope, we're descending.
Air France 662, London Control, identified. Evening, mate.
Dublin Control, Air France 662, descending via the Able for Lima. Oops. Evening, mate. So we're landing the other way. Set BTV. Auto brake is set, and we're back out. Okay. Whoops. What's up, Dev? We're just having a very interesting arrival. A busy, surprisingly busy workflow into Dublin here at night that I wish you guys could see.
Air France 662, contact Dublin approach on 119.5. 5, runway 55.
Switching to Dublin approach on 119.555. Air France 662.
One day, mate.
Dublin
One day.
approach. Air France 662, evening. Descending through flight level 160.
Air France 662, heavy Dublin approach identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 28 right approach into Dublin.
That's what we got. 28 right.
The ILS approach, runway 28 right into Dublin. Air France 662 heavy.
We might need to enter in our data again, I bet. Sure do. Okay, let's stay ahead of this. $100 at 8. Outside temperature is 5. QNH 1026. I'm changing my runway right now to 28 right. Changing my charts here. Give me a second. One of my goals is to have a new iPad. We should be on profile. Yep, good. Air brakes are stowed. We're 2,000 for lights. And then we're going to do ILS because we're direct to pizza. Yep, via pizza. We'll add that to the route. Okay, minimums are 415 feet. Okay, that is set. We're descending. Vertical deviation is fine with me, and we've got flight plan on that side.
Ryanair 66 Golf, Dublin approach.
Here's our slowdown. We're still good on profile. Staying ahead of the flight. I'm gonna arm the spoilers as soon as we get below 250. Just want to slow us down first. Standing by for lights. Okay, I believe we got the paperwork out of the way. That was spicy. My goodness. Just have to stay ahead of the aircraft, you know? Thank God we got that direct to pizza. Okay, there's our speed. Got a good slowdown. Ground spoilers are armed. Dipping below 10. We're going to get our lights on. Whoops. Turn on all the lights here. Turn on all the seatbelts. And we'll ding the pursers. Okay, we're still on profile. We're below 10. And we'll give it about 5 nautical miles to turn on the landing system. Get your predictions, Ann. Make sure you get your predictions, Ann. BTB is armed as well. Lights are on below 9. Everything is looking beautiful on this nighttime.
F1662. Heavy, proceed direct Abbey Vu. Descend altitude 3000, QNH 1026, until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 right approach.
Proceeding direct Abbey Vu, descending to 3000. QNH 1026. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 right approach once established on the localizer. Air France 662.
We will put landing on both sides. Wait for that to come in. There we go. We've got it on the radar. I'm going to commit on the right-hand side to the landing system. Wait for that to come in exactly. Hey, I know yours is, but what about mine? Little pen ramp for you, brother? I'm just gonna pop a bit of just a scotch of speed brakes, just to get that glide path back, because we are about 1,000 feet high. So just a touch of speed brakes here.
Air Canada 763, reduce speed to 200 knots. Contact
Just to catch that profile again.
Slowing to 200 knots, switching to 118.7
touch.
Air Canada 763.
There we go. There's that glide path coming back in. Nice. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it now. 126 set on both sides. I'm going to leave the speed brake in now that we've got that altimeter adjustment. We've got vertical guidance. And get ready to stow that speed brake. There we go. Creepy K's in the building. Oh my goodness, sir. Still got about 7. You're flying to Taipei in the 350 from Manila? That's nice, dude. I love it. We were just out of France into Dublin. I wish you guys could see it. It's covered at night, but that's my bad for doing real time. Wait, suddenly we're very high. What the heck? I mean, we're doing op descend anyways, so. Got a nice slowdown working here. This is feeling good. Okay, we're going to arm the approach. AP2. Ground spoilers. Get your predictions in, baby. I think I can see Dublin. Certainly can see a runway. Yep, I think I've got contact with the airport.
F1662, contact Dublin Tower on 128.8.
128.8.
On 128.8, Air France 662.
98? Oh, you must love me. Lockstar. Lateral guidance.
Dublin Tower, Air France 662, evening. We're established on the ILS for runway 28 right approach.
Air France 662. Heavy, Dublin Tower. Winds 103 at 7. Runway 28 right. Cleared to land.
A little bit of an overshoot. We're cleared to land.
Runway 28
Flaps
right,
1.
cleared to land. Air France 662 heavy.
United 604. Welcome to Dublin. Contact ground on 130.79er.
We're landing with a tailwind? Oh, shoot. Okay, glide slope star or glide GS star lock is captured.
Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2
Flaps
cleared
2.
for takeoff, runway 32. Cleared for takeoff, runway 32, Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2.
Gear down.
2,500.
Flaps 3. Flaps 1. Let's get this bird slowed way down. She's so fast. Okay, cabin is ready. Lights are on. Minimum's 415. We'll take it at 500. Not in the left phalange. Oh no. Say it ain't so good. The left phalange? Gotta go miss. Go and miss, dude. Our phalange. Right in the effing phalange. Oh, I just farted. Safety. This is for all the mobs. All the mobs. Here we go.
1,000.
Checked.
Approaching 28 right.
Checked. Nah, that's not full time. I just have a regular schedule now. Thank you, brother. I love you right back, man. Trust me. Of course I remember Ashi fucking. You should change your name to DJ now?
500.
Checked. AP's out.
400.
Checked.
100 above.
Continue.
300. 200. Minimum.
Landing.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Citation 433 Mike Whiskey. Proceed
5.
direct to the ILS approach.
Long
runway
landing.
27.
Long landing.
Proceeding direct to the ILS approach. runway 27.
1,500 meters remaining. 1,200 remaining.
Air France 662, welcome to Dublin. Contact ground on 130.79.
900 remaining.
Switching to ground on 130.79. Air France
Oh, that's
662.
beautiful. If I do say so myself. Welcome in. I paid for the runway. I'ma use it, bro. What are you talking about?
Air France 662. Evening. We're clear of runway 28 right and ready to taxi to the gate.
Air France 662, Dublin ground. Taxi to Pier 1 apron 120 C via November 6. Mike, November, cross runway 16. Then F out, link 6, F out. Good day.
Pier 1 apron 120 Charlie via November 6. Mike, November, cross runway 16. Then Foxtrot out, link 6 Foxtrot out. Air France 662.
All right, let's see what we actually landed with, though. What's up, Dragon Sim? I see you, brother. I saw you there the whole time, and I also saw you floating right by me, too. Don't act like I didn't see you. Don't act like I didn't see you. All right, I'm curious. I got to see what I actually landed with. 47 feet per minute. Oh, baby. Baby. 47 feet per minute.
What are you doing, Step?
How are you going? How are you going? How are you going? What's up, Dave? You just saw why you married me in the first place, D. I just buttered it. I just buttered it. 47 feet per minute. Buttered. You know I'm tasty with the stick.
What are you doing, Step?
You know I know what I'm doing. You know the vibes. I'm just kidding. Sky Command. I'm just tasty with it. What can I say? Anyways, welcome into Dublin. Oh, Jesus. Welcome into Dublin. It's yours truly. Toot command. Toots command. Toot-tone command. I'm working on it. Oh, Jesus. I've only got the Jesus part. Oh, Jesus.
Approaching 16.
Holding short of runway 31 right, Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
Red kite 914, face west.
Tyson west. Red kite 194, thank you.
636 request
47 feet per minute is pretty gross. I'll admit. Pretty gross. Use minimum power, they say. So here in Dublin, you got to use minimal power. I don't know where any of the gates are either, bro. Don't even ask me. We're just gonna find an open gate and pack. No music? There we go. The one thing I want to improve on is like finding where to pack. I'm always just like YOLO, you know? I'm always just YOLOing. I could call ATC and be like, hey, I'm trying to pack right here, but you know? Never know where to go. Let's try this stand. We're just gonna try it. We're just gonna try it. YOLO. Feel like this is for us, maybe. Liking like maybe in between. Maybe in between right here. Right here. Let's see, give me a line, baby. Give me a line. Give me a line. There it is. Nice. Looking at this thing right here. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. Guess I'll stop here. Oops. All right. That is... Oh my god. I'm still trying to get used to the controls here. There you go. Welcome to Dublin. We'll set chocks and GPU. Request a little deboarding here. Strobe is off. There's ground power. We'll set that. Give me 1 second. APU is off, and here comes fuel. Here we are. Sir, controller, thank you. A beautiful landing, if I do say so myself. Welcome into Dublin. Oh, hello? No? Jetway not gonna work today? Okay, we're just gonna imagine the jetway worked today. Okay, chat? But GSX seems to be working a little bit. But here we are. In Dublin. We're gonna have to do a daytime tour of this airport here. It's very pretty. Very green, too. Is it always this green? Oh, I already lost my plane. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. Oh, is it the big one? I think it's the big one. Look how much bigger it is. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? An Embraer 190. Here's you versus... we just grew up together. Here's you And we don't have any AC. I am flying for Air France. They are a partner airline. They're part of the SkyTeam Alliance, but here's you, little bro. Here's you, little bro, and here's Thaddeus McThaddison. Mr. Large McVaney McHuge McLarge Vaney. Here's you, little bro. And yeah, we always just slept naked together in the bed. That's the only way we can sleep. You versus the guy she grew up with. It's just so much bigger. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, let's submit. Look at that, though. 47 feet per minute is gross. PyRep, 86 out of 94. We'll take that. Nice. Auto-approved, too. Hell yeah. All right, we can kill this. And while they deboard here, let's continue our learning here. I did want to finish that chapter really quick on flight guidance. We got a little bit of time. They are deboarding. Sorry, I'm gonna also sweet. And again and again. All right. FD flag. If the pitch roll and yaw orders are not available, when the FDs are engaged, a red flag flashes on the PFDs and then remains steady. When the flag appears, the PFD bars are not displayed. Oh, that's the flag. It turns red if it's not available. Again and again. Again and again. Yeah. I think I've seen that before. Ooh, okay, all right. The autopilot. We're learning about the autopilot. Stabilizes the aircraft around its center of gravity, controls the lateral trajectory, controls the vertical trajectory or speed or Mach. Coordinates with the auto throttle, performs the automatic landing or the go-around. The AP generates pitch, roll, and yaw orders and the nose wheel angle. There are two APs, AP1 and AP2. AP1 uses the system data displayed on the captain's side, and AP2 uses system data displayed on the first officer's side. In normal operation, AP1 uses FMS1, MMR1, and AP2 uses FMS2 and MMR2. In the case of a failure, the AP function can use any system. AP1 and AP2 usually engage separately. In some conditions, the flight crew can engage both at the same time. When the AP engages, the side sticks are locked in the neutral position and the force to move the rudder pedal increases. Interesting. That'd be like a weird thing to feel in the cockpit, you know? The force, the side sticks are locked in a neutral position. Locked, like I wonder locking. The flight crew can always disengage the AP and the locking devices. Disengage the AP and the locking devices. The AP engages with the same guidance mode previously used by the FD, and if the FD modes were not previously engaged, the AP mode engages in heading or track and VS or FPA. You can engage the AP manually. You engage it by pressing the AP button. However, the second AP can engage only when one of the following conditions is applicable. The following approach modes are armed or engaged. Lock is armed or lock star or lock is engaged, and glide slope is armed or glide slope star or glide slope is engaged. When both APs are engaged, AP1 is inactive and AP2 is on standby, regardless of the order of the AP engagement. I'll take weird things to feel in the cockpit for 200, Alex.
What are you doing,
What do you mean by that? You want to elaborate? What do you mean? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. You want to say more words? Say more about that? When AP1 or 2 engages, the AP1 or 2 push button comes on, and both the FMAs display AP1 or AP2 or AP1 plus 2 if both APs are engaged. We do that all the time when we activate the landing system. The engagement status of the AP appears in the AP, FD, or the autothrottle engagement status columns of the FMAs. And again, we are using all of those. Here's the FMA message, AP1 or AP2 or AP1 plus 2. They correspond to their modes being engaged. Manual disengagement, it happens when you press the side stick push button, or when you press the AP1 or 2 push button, or when the AP1 or 2 is engaged, right? So you can press the button on the dash, or you can press the big red button on your stick. I gotta pick dinner really quick. Stand by. Let me see what I'm having. I think I'm gonna do fried rice. Feeling Asian-y today. A little scally pan. I think. Can I admit something? The dumplings have been ass lately. The dumplings have not been good that I've been getting. I just know that they use frozen shit. I hate to admit it. The dumpling, my dumpling spot is ass. They have really bad dumplings. They've just been mid. All right, I'm gonna do chicken. Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone has just been using store-bought buns now. That's the truth. Everyone has just been using store-bought steam buns now. Is that my fucking beacon still going off like that? Strobe? Oh, nav's off maybe? No, something else is definitely booping in the cockpit. While we're here, let's take a look at the maintenance. Actually, let's take a look at the, yep, Navigraph. It's updated. I don't know why I didn't have that arrival. It's very interesting. Let's take a look at the maintenance. Oil's good. Hydraulics good. Oil quant's good. Tires, wheels are all good here. Battery stats still on the 90s. I think we're good. We don't need to do anything maintenance-wise. It's good to know. All right, let's finish up. All right. AP disengages when you did the things I just described, and also when the flight crew moves the rudder pedal above a specific threshold. Airbus recommends to press the side stick push button 2 times to disengage all AP modes engaged. Interesting. Airbus recommends you press the push button stick, or the side stick push button 2 times. Double click. It's not molded in my bird. I press it once and everything shuts off, like AP wise. The other ways of disengagements are to be avoided. In particular, the disengagement of the APs with the side stick or the rudder pedal deflection is very uncomfortable for passengers. Interesting. The other ways of disengagement are to be avoided. In particular, the disengagement of the APs with the side stick. Or the rudder pedal deflection is very uncomfortable for passengers. I wonder why the disengagement of the APs using the side stick, but they recommend to use the push button stick 2 times. I'm so confused. Airbus recommends to press the side stick push button 2 times to disengage all APs. The other ways of disengagement are to be avoided. In particular, the disengagement of the AP with the side stick. Huh? Someone may... Okay. Note, at the end of the flight, the AP does not automatically disengage. Notes. The APFD automatically disengages if one of the following occurs. And a rollout. Just a bunch of weird stuff. This thing, man, let me tell you, if you don't have AP protection on in the sim, this thing will pop for a bunch of uncomfortable things. The AP automatically disengages if one of the following occurs. The SRS GA disengages after a go-around with both APs engaged. In this case, AP2 disengages and AP1 remains engaged. After landing, the flight crew performs a touch and go with both thrust levers at or above the flex MCT D10. A failure occurs an approach, the lateral deviation is no longer available on both MMRs when lock or F-lock or a lock BC is engaged. Or the vertical deviation is no longer available on both MMRs or when glide slope or FGS is engaged. I still want to know what FGS is. I want to know what that is. I think we did learn that somewhere. I'm gonna have to look in the FCOM and figure out. The lateral or vertical deviation of the MMR is erroneous, or the approach parameters are different in both MMRs when lock BC or F-lock is armed, or lock BC or F-lock is engaged. Land flare rollout is engaged. Note, in all these cases of failure in approach, the FDs remain engaged. However, a reversion to HD track and VS FPA occurs, and that's definitely occurred to me. Like, it goes to these modes when my AP like disengages, whether or not I'm ready for it. When AP1 or 2 engages, AP1 or 2 push button goes off, and on both MAs they make a message. Disconnecting via the stick push button. The normal way to disconnect the AP is to push the side stick button 2 times. When the flight crew presses the side stick button for the first time, the following warnings are triggered and will continue until the flight crew presses the side stick push button a second time. Note, the AP off memo appears on the FD and the WD. A cavalry charge audio indicator sounds at low volume. The maximum duration is 0.08 seconds. The master warning light comes on. When the flight crew presses the side stick push button the second time, or the master warning light, all of the above warnings are cleared. And that also is true. I press that button a lot too in real life. If the flight crew does not quickly press the push button the second time, the following additional warnings will trigger. The cavalry charge audio indicators sound at high volume, and the auto flight IP off alert is displayed. When the flight crew presses the master warning light or the side stick button a second time, the cavalry charge audio indicator stops and the memos disappear, but the auto flight AP off remains displayed in the WD. Gotta double tap, man. I'm telling you, double tap. Other ways of disconnection. If the AP disconnects without any flight crew action on the side stick push button, the following warnings will trigger. The AP off memo appears in the PFD, a cavalry charge audio indicator sounds at high volume, and the auto flight AP off alert is displayed. When the flight crew presses the master warn light or the side stick push button 1 time, the cavalry charge stops and the memo disappears, but the alert remains displayed on the WD. Let's see how far we're doing here. Aircraft systems, flight guidance. You're in AP modes. Page. Oh wait. Where are we? We're in autopilot. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna do the last section here. Finish AP and protection before we go into auto thrust. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Last page. Like, it goes on forever. Look, it literally sounds like that. It's
Mission failed.
You know what I mean? Mission
failed.
In a normal operation, if the aircraft enters protected flight envelope or the flight crew engages the AP in the protected flight envelope, the APFD remains engaged. However, in the protected flight envelope, the flight control law of the flight envelope protection takes over the autopilot. When the aircraft exits the protected flight envelope and comes back into the normal flight envelope, the autopilot recovers the current aircraft guidance. For more information, you can look at blah blah blah. Annunciation. When the AP is in protection mode, the AP in prot message appears on the FMA below the lateral and vertical modes. The FMA displays an amber flashing box around the vertical mode if the AP is not able to maintain the vertical guidance. A triple click sounds, and it goes boop, boop, boop. That's what it sounds like. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. All right. That's all I got for you guys. We made it. We got there. We got a flight in. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my goodness, I just realized I'm not wearing my glasses. F. It's been chill. I kind of sometimes don't mind using my glasses. All right, if you guys don't know, it is ITL season. If you like what you saw, before I do that, if you like what you saw, make sure you guys drop a follow, make sure you guys drop a sub. I am on Discord, I'm on TikTok, I'm on OnlyFans, I'm on OnlyToes. I'll be back on Wednesday with some more flying and some more FCOM stuff. I'm really enjoying the AnyBuilds A350. And with that, it's ITL season, so I've been working out, playing some ITG. Oh, also take a look, dude. I've also got a cool background thing. Take a look. Isn't that cool? It's my background. Got some sick new backgrounds. Day move. Let's see. All right, but no, so it's ITL, it's rhythm game system. I am a rhythm game player. I play ITG, a game called In the Groove. Right now, the International Timing Collective is putting on a tournament right now called ITL Online 2025. You can take a look at it on ITL. I need to make a command for that. ITL2025.groovestats.com. That's something that I'll be participating in and adding a lot of messages in the rhythm games chat if you're a rhythm game player. Thank you for watching if you were a rhythm game player, and you'll see why I'm rating rhythm game players this week, just to see who is out there, who's grinding. Thank you for the link, Factual. I know that makes sense to you, but that's my former workout. We're going to raid someone who is playing that. Let's see. How about we send it... How about we send it to Gooby? He was in the chat earlier. We'll send it to him. All right. I love you guys. Wish Gooby a good set. Everyone say, hope the fucking set in his chat, if you can. All right, over to that guy. Have a good night. Peace.